guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. He's asking why am I riding so slow, because I'm scared, dude. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm riding this. This is the Yamaha RD350 from 1985 and this particular motorcycle belongs to Sunny Mahajan. So big thumbs up to him for giving me his motorcycle to vlog on and probably give the beans. But no, that's not possible. You see, there's no front disc here. There's a whole story to it why it doesn't have a front disc. But the wheel size happens, the tire size happens to be 3 inch, 18 inches, something of that sort. They actually measure in inches because it's so small, the tire, and it's ridiculous. Meanwhile, because in the olden times, all they had was like a protractor. सब कुछ circular होता था, सब कुछ round होता था. So round indicators, round headlight, round horn as well, and round wheels too. Obviously, wheels have to be round. They cannot be square or something of that sort. Then this motorcycle is not going to move. Says Yamaha here on the side. And this particular visor is actually optional or part of accessory, but it was standard on police motorcycles. It actually helps in reducing the wind blast, of course. Meanwhile, it gets a proper crash guard, dual horns as well, and the engine is a parallel twin unit. It says Rajdoot here. It is known as the Rajdoot RD350. It's actually a Yamaha motorcycle which was brought to India in collaboration with the Escorts group. It gets the color scheme from the RD400, this particular motorcycle, and gets a kickstart. There is no self-start, but it's actually easy to turn on this motorcycle. A lot of exposed wiring, some dent here on the exhaust. But for a motorcycle of this age, it's in absolutely phenomenal condition. Sort of a chrome treatment, flat seat, and this is actually to hold on to for your dear life. Meanwhile, the tire size at the rear, again 18 incher. There is no disc on this motorcycle. Again, round shape everywhere at the rear. Tail lights, indicators as well, says Rajdoot there. And RD does not mean Rajdoot, just saying. Dual exhaust as well. Okay, says Yamaha here. I think this is to hold on to for your dear life. Meanwhile, this is actually for the reserve. So you have to turn this knob for the fuel flow. And this is actually the choke lever. So this is to engage the choke, of course. Engine looks beautiful, says 350 and Yamaha almost everywhere. In fact, it says licensed Yamaha because this motorcycle obviously was got in license with Yamaha. It's on the main stand. On the side stand, it leans so much. Now it was crazy like how these motorcycles used to lean on the side stand. You get round mirrors. This does not come in the hand. Take a lesson, Royal Enfield. And you get round instrument cluster. In fact, you used to get a tachometer as well. So yeah, that is the tachometer. Here it tells you turn, high beam and neutral. Like the telltale lights are placed there. Handlebar seems actually quite nice, and this thing works ulta. So it says engine stop is where actually the engine is not stopped. So the kill switch is kind of wired differently right now. And here, okay, the usual controls which you get, pass by and stuff like that. I have to put the key inside, but when I actually turn it on ignition, nothing happens actually. Nothing really happens. I'm just going to show you the instrument cluster in a better way. Yeah, there you can see the instrument cluster. Tachometer looks absolutely beautiful. Some exposed wires here and there as well. So they actually got this motorcycle to India once it was discontinued abroad, and then they did some stupid things which we will talk when we start riding, which is right now. Before that, you can see there's a reflector there as well. How many Yamaha RD350 fans like karo video dekh ke aur meri shakal. Chalo, let's ride. All right, we are all set to go, which means engine stop on करना पड़ेगा, ignition देंगे, kick बाहर निकालेंगे, and we are going to turn on the bike, which means side stand भी निकाल ही देता हूँ, and let's see if it turns on. इसको बंद करना पड़ेगा पीछे का. Oh, it started in one go. Last time ना मुझे बंद हो गया क्या यार F2. Anyways, काम करो, चोक दबाओ, ठीक है, लीवर है ना उसको. Okay, now we are good to go here. Now that's working fine. So hopefully it doesn't stall. Anyways, this motorcycle does not stall, and I can tell you this has a lot of feel. Here there is some amount of storage space as well. Now this is the Yamaha RD350, which is based on the this is the Rajdoot 350 or the Escort Yamaha RD350 or whatever you want to call it, where RD actually stands for race derived. You know why it's race derived? I'll show you why in a bit. Here we go, and I'm going to go to another throttle and you'll know why it's race derived, because that is why it's race derived. My goodness, the performance is absolutely fanatic. You know what? It goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7 seconds onto a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. The only thing is, doesn't stop from there, unfortunately, because for India, the Escort group became super chindi. They wanted to cut costs. So what they did was, this engine's power was decreased from 37, 39, something of that sort, 39 horsepower actually, I don't know, to 30.5 horsepower for the high torque version, and later to 27 horsepower for the low torque version. The low torque version came in 85 and was on sale till 89, and the high torque was on sale from 83 till 85, and then later models had made in India logo as well, lower down the, I mean on the left side or something of that sort.
because they localized it to almost 100%. That's right. So like I was telling you, it's based on a Yamaha motorcycle which was sold in the UK, Japan and multiple places. However, it was discontinued and then 8 years later it was brought to India as ये लो बात का माल चलाओ तुम लोग. Very unfortunate, the stepmotherly treatment which we get. But honestly, Escorts was totally stupid to remove the front disc from this motorcycle to cut cost, because of which this motorcycle's RD did not mean race derived, it meant rapid death or race death, because it was killing people, as you could go to a good amount of speed but you could not stop from there as there were no brakes on this motorcycle, unfortunately. So that was a bit bummer. Oh my god, performance is crazy here. Okay, let me try and take a U-turn as well, which is a little cumbersome because for me the seat height is absolutely weird. Yeah, the bikes in those days did not care about tall riders, it was all about short riders, and I think center set pegs as well. So I kind of feel weird and have a little bit of pain also in my hips because of the riding posture. In those times this motorcycle was way too powerful than what Indian roads could handle and Indian riders as well, and then this bike was a massive flop and then was replaced by the RX 100. I mean, both of them were on sale simultaneously, but then they realized we need something efficient because Indians want efficiency, and the low torque version was actually tuned in a way to give better efficiency. They actually launched the motorcycle in India with some different spec, like front disc they removed and this had really poor brakes, like it doesn't stop, front has no feel only, there's no brakes only, very wooden as well, because there's no disc at the front for a motorcycle which is so powerful. 347cc parallel twin engine which absolutely rose, sounds so good. This had an auto lubrication system as well because it's a two-stroke, right? You have to add oil. Here you did not have to add because it used to manage that on its own. That's so fantastic. Ride is okay, it's actually not bad at all. Handling is decent, it's not very heavy, 155 kgs. Absolutely rose like a beast. My goodness, what a massively mad motorcycle. Handling is also nice and easy, like, you know, you can go like that if you so wish. Redline comes in at 8,500 RPM, speedometer so optimistic it says 200 kilometers per hour. Like, yeah, obviously in my dreams, when it was launched in 83, the price was I think 18,000. By the time it was discontinued in 89, the price went to 30,000 rupees, which was very expensive back in the day because of the expensive pricing and then a lot of other reasons like poor sales and surveys. Mechanics were not able to handle this twin cylinder engine, and not to forget, the biggest issue was that parts were very expensive as well and fuel efficiency was poor. So that's the reason why this motorcycle became a flop. But you know, ride it like this, that is crazy stuff. The performance is absolutely bonkers. It really pulls. Gearbox is not the best in terms of shifts, and then the clutch is also weird, doesn't engage properly, but it's a very fun motorcycle ride, especially when you go every throttle input is like boom, you go ahead with so much enthusiasm. The speed, the thrust, the grunt, absolutely maddening on this motorcycle. It has power lower down, it has a good mid-range, it has a great top end, it has power everywhere how it should be in an engine. And the two-stroke sound, oh my god, that's so orgasmic, sounds so nice. It's an amazing motorcycle to ride, no denying that fact. Only thing is, it doesn't have brakes, no brakes at all, doesn't stop only. What a stupid thing by Escorts to not give this motorcycle brakes. I mean, come on, common sense. If this motorcycle was sold in the USA now, trust me, there would be a class action lawsuit for giving such a powerful motorcycle without brakes. But in India, nobody cared, nobody said anything, and then, you know, there were massive issues in terms of accidents, of course, because of the super poor performance of the brakes or the lack of brakes on this motorcycle. I don't know how and why they did this. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Look at this, like no feel only on the brakes. Okay, 10 seconds to go for the signal. We have stalled the bike, which means I have to put the effort of turning it on. Yeah, that is how it's done. Everybody looks at you like, oh my god, you are macho man, which I am when I'm riding this motorcycle. I was really scared it would not turn on. 155 kgs is the weight of this motorcycle, which honestly is not much. You can easily ride it, and it's kind of flickable as well. Doesn't feel any weight at all. And then what a sound, absolute maniac beast of a machine. You want one today? 2 lakh rupees is what you'll have to shell out for this motorcycle, because yes, it has become so popular, it's become a cult of sorts. Don't know why it doesn't rev beyond 5,000 RPM, although I can feel the engine is screaming like man. That sounded like a cow who's going man. You don't have to sound the horn, although you can if you so wish, but it's like an automatic horn when you rev it and tell everybody that you are coming, move aside and off we go. False neutrals, not really for the win. I can feel the vibrations on the pegs as well as the seat, but it's a very soothing sort of an orgasmic vibration. I really like it. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but hey, what an enjoyable machine. Like, I really like it, easy to flick and all. Maintenance is an absolute bitch though, and then although it's a Yamaha engine, which means it's very refined and smooth and stuff like that, and reliable too, the issue is that without brakes, what can you do? Nothing at all. There were people who actually converted the front brake with a disc, and all that stuff also happened just to make sure that it stopped. But then at 160 kilometers per hour, you need more than just brakes. You also need ABS, and you also need God's prayers to help you stop this machine. So guys, this is my vlog of the Yamaha RD350. If you like it, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I think we need to rev the nuts out once again, which means I'm going to take a turn here. Some effort, but still handlebar is light and gives decent amount of feel and feedback as well, and off we go. Dogs are going to get so disturbed. Oh, thankfully they do not. False neutrals are in plenty here. Yeah, I thought I was in second, but no, I'm not. It has a 6-speed gearbox, by the way, which was revolutionary back in the day. It was like a super bike in the 80s, but unfortunately too pricey, too much of a fuel guzzler. It returned what, 25 kilometers per liter for the high torque variant, and for the low torque it used to go to 30 kilometers per liter. That one used to produce 27 horsepower. This is 30.5 horsepower, and the original RD350B used to produce 39 horsepower, and that's how it is. In the traffic, there's no heating up. I don't know how they manage all this, but doesn't get on the throttle, it leaps ahead. That is the kind of performance on offer. If you like this vlog, make sure to give. Oh my goodness, look at this Suzuki Hayabusa cutting me across and going with full josh. Kya be? Yeah, then other Suzuki. The Suzukis have created a menace on the road. Arey, chalane doge ki nahi mujhe bike? And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this vlog, make sure to give it the thumbs up. That's a like button. I've used the indicator right now, and I kind of feel weird and awkward about it as well. It won't stop. It just won't stop. Thankfully, we have some rear brakes to make sure it stops someday or the other.